Who are you? Why is it important to find who exactly you are? Let me open with a quote, a philosophical quote. Yourself is well hidden from yourself. Of all mines of treasure, yourself is last to be dug up. Now, why is it important? It's said in this quote by Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher. What a profound statement. It's said that out of all mines of treasure, that yourself is to be last to dug up. So, yourself is the ultimate treasure that you can ever find. For that reason, you have all the reason to go out and venture out and discover yourself by all means. This has to be your greatest obligation. This has to be your prime mission in everything in your life. So whatever you do, it needs to point into this direction and this destination only. So let's begin. So my first session as a corporate leadership coach, business coach, even as a sports performance coach, my first session is probably the most deepest session of the entire series. It's this very question, addressing this very question, who are you? It's been such a great privilege to be able to share this session and enlightened over 200 corporate leaders by now, one-on-one. This is excluding group coaching, all these online trainings and etc. This is just one-on-one. Vast majority of them are older than me. They're senior veterans in the industry, and they highly appreciated learning this. There's a way, there's a methodology. You don't have to meddle in the darkness. Now, as they discover themselves, their corporates grew. They brought more revenue, and they rubbed off this great self to their immediate teams. Their teams started behaving differently. So many great things happened as a byproduct of deep diving in this session. So I'm going to give you a little bit of it where anybody and everyone can venture out in a practical way of finding yourself. Now, what I do in this one-on-one coaching session is nowhere by any means touch in this video, because it's a deep dive. It has to be done live with great interaction, one-on-one, because you can fall into so many directions. There are lots of myths, lots of delusions that you hold. So that's a whole entire different session which runs about 2.5, sometimes 3 hours in time. So but this is going to give you a practical approach and a lifestyle and a behavior for you to put yourself in the greatest position, so you will start discovering yourself, or you start hearing yourself properly. So number one, you need to leave your existing environment. Your existing environment, you have your home, you have your parents, your siblings, your teachers, your friends, and so on. They're great. You need to love them by all means for the rest of your life. You need to look after their parents, your parents, for the rest of your life. Honor them. This is not by any means a ticket for you to get angry with them and leave. I didn't say that. I said you need to relinquish in order to find your greatest self, because your environment already know who you are, or think that they know who you are. They have labeled you. They have defined you. Okay, this is who this person is. We know him. We know him or her. We know what this person eats, drinks. We know what this person likes, dislikes, his capabilities, what he can do, can't do. You can't do this. You're not that person. So they keep on defining yourself. It's pretty hard, not impossible, but it's going to be a really uphill battle to find your greatest self if you're going to stay in your usual environment. All the great philosophers ever walked on this earth, all the great individuals, be it a author or a poet or philosopher or entrepreneur, I have seen time and again they have done this at least once in their life. They have relinquished their usual environment in order to find that part of their life. So there are ups and downs when you do that. I'm going to guide you and give you a direction philosophically how to safeguard yourself when you leave. If you're under 18, you're not allowed to do that. You're under your parents. This is for anybody who's above 18, above 2021. mostly you're above 18. I think you are qualified to do that. Anything less than that, you need to have a parental guidance or some sort of a guardian who is there for the best interest of yourself. Of course, you can go to high school, you can stay at a hostel, but here what I mean is that you're gonna leave your usual friends. So you're gonna walk into an environment that you don't have any of those chatters, that people don't know you, they don't know how to label you, they don't know how to define you. So it gives that space, that mental peace for now, for you to define yourself the way you actually meant to do. Now comes to the ups and the downsides. Like I actually mentioned the upsides. So you have the mental peace. Now, downside is when you leave. Now, your parents are for your best interest, right? And you have your home, and they know what's going on in you, at least for a greater self, a great extent. Now, when you venture out, you're on your own. Now, this happened to me when I was age of 18. In between 18 and 19, I climbed Himalayas and represented my college. We faced completely unexpected problems and challenges during this expedition. My coach succumbed to altitude sickness at the height of 11,000 feet, and I didn't have anybody to help. This is donkeys years ago. No digital media, no social media, no smartphones, nothing. If you have to communicate, you have to go to a communication center. That's also probably located God knows where. You need to go and discover it. Fortunately, I was at Namche Bazaar. It is a historic venue called Kumbh Lodge, and thanks to technology, I can connect with them now. I invite them to make a comment. They have seen me, the 19-year-old Ramindu, back in Himalayas, how he struggled. So I was forced to find solutions. I was forced to airlift my coach with so many challenges in between. And there's a whole story in the different video. You can watch that on my channel. So in this, I kept on finding myself that I'm actually incapable of doing this. I'm a lot stronger than I thought I would be. I have a line, sleeping inside of me, coming roaring out. What's that personality? I was overwhelmed. I was really scared. I felt like I can't do that, but I was just helpless. I didn't have anybody to piggyback on. So no parents, nobody's give a tap on the shoulder, thinking that, saying, "Son, you're gonna be all right." Apart from these lovely souls at Kumbh Lodge. So it's important that you put yourself into a arena that you'll be surprised how fiercely capable you are facing any challenge in your life. So for that sake, you need to venture out. And then, of course, after that saga, I went to UK and I spent all my 20s there. I had to figure out a lot of things by myself, and that actually contributed a lot to developing my personality, my character, and the confidence that I have today has a lot to do with that. And that brings me to the next one. In my journey, of course, I had some really good for nothing, miserable friends who are in the path of darkness, path of defilements. So there are a certain number of defilements that you need to let go, as Buddha said, in this path. So I'll come to that third. So second is, now who you're going to associate. You're going to associate the people that can empower you and really open up your philosophical thinking. For my luck, I was accidentally landed in the Hare Krishna temple, the Krishna movement in London, ISKCON temple in Soho. I don't miss UK, I do miss this temple by all means. And the conversation that I had, the exchanges that I had with them, I remember word by word. It's incredible conversations. I'm someone who suffered with existential crisis. So this is the medicine for me during that time. I also spent time meditating in the London Buddhist Vihar. None of my friends knew that. So I'm glad they didn't know that. So I always go there in early morning or late evenings, spend most of my week there. There are a few days that I couldn't go. So, and then I spent hours and hours in libraries. And more than libraries, actually what contributed to me was the conversations that I had with people who are really philosophically driven. Arguments, the healthy arguments that I had. Not so healthy sometimes, but they're my friends. So we had good debates. That actually really helped me. So this is the sort of environment that you should be living. So the part of the Parabhava Sutra, preached by Gautam Buddha, said stay away or stay clear from these elements. So if you're going to venture out discovering yourself, you really need to safeguard who you're going to associate. Number one is the people who get entertained and drawn in to dark characters. There are people, no matter what you say, they're only going to get drawn into, get impressed, and they get inspired by the people who do nefarious activities, illegal businesses. They talk about all the wrong things in the universe, and that's what they get attracted to. That's what entertained them. So you definitely, by all means, let go of them, say goodbye, and disappear from them if you really want to find your greater self. And I'll share few of the defilements. There are 12 elements. I might do a different video about that. The second one is addictions. So if you're into your alcohol and drugs, smoking up, everything comes to one bucket, man. Don't try to argue with me that, we don't drink, it's smoking up, it's fine. It's going to numb you, it's going to kill your cells. You're only deceiving yourself, thinking that you're in a good place. You're not. You're in a miserable, dark place. It's going to fill with a lot of void, and it's going to end really badly. So no smoking up, no alcohol, no smoke cigarettes. So you realize as you let go of this, a lot of the good for nothing friends with the good for nothing chatter, with these stupid conversations, will disappear. The conversation that, yesterday there was a buffet, it was so long, we got lost with food, and my friend, the other person, he got drunk so much and spew up on the buffet, ha ha ha. All this stupid conversation disappear. Now it gives you the mental peace and the space for you to go and venture out, learn philosophies, really listen to your real inner self, what echoes in your heart, your potential, what you're supposed to do, what's your greatest skill that you should be focusing on. All these things started to surface only in that environment. And that brings me to the third one. In this journey, it's really important that you're not going to be jack of all trades and master of none. The person who ventures on to become average will never find greater self. The greatest self comes along packaged with one skill that you're going to get, that you will be specialized in. So you need to master one thing. It's pretty relevant to the time that we're living in, because all these mediocre jobs are going to disappear thanks to artificial intelligence. So focus on one skill that you can add great value to the society. I may do another video about how to find the greatest self, how to find your greatest passion and your potential. So if you want it, leave a comment, I'll give you a guide. So you're going to go all in with one skill. Be the master, be the specialist, just like Bruce Lee said, I don't fear the man who knows 10,000 or 100 different kicks. I'm definitely fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So practice that and commit yourself to one trade, one industry, one skill for the next 3 years minimum. And then comes also, it could be a miscommunication along this line, that you might get the sense of, I'm gonna stay alone, associate nobody, and stuck in a room. Completely wrong. You are going to be out there. You're gonna venture out, explore this world. The person stuck in a very limited environment will never find their greatest self. You don't know what lies within you. So as you explore, guess what happened? You explore yourself. So go expose yourself to different cultures, beliefs, systems, practices, different geography. Carry your bag, go somewhere, even within your country. Ideally by yourself. If you have a great friend with you, by all means is great, but otherwise just by yourself. Travel and explore. Because if you can travel with bunch of friends, what happens is that you ended up pleasing everyone, right? And you need to listen to their conversations, you need to show that you are interested. And these days a lot of the guys are just very, very interested about taking pictures and posting on social media. So that's not exploring. So exploring and exposing yourself is you go by yourself and you observe. This is something that I do. I travel with my wife, my greatest companion. However, I also travel by myself. Sometimes I go alone and just walk in the streets and sit by somewhere, maybe grab a cup of coffee and observe people, observe why people do what they do. You know, the art galleries, the museums, the antiques, and all these lesser known streets, and sometimes get myself in trouble. But so it's really going to contribute to your greater self, and it's going to tap into what lies within you. And then I want you to understand that this journey is actually a really deep journey. It's the most profound journey that you can ever have in your entire life. So hence I've done a second video about deep dive finding yourself. Watch that video after this. So just an entrance to this video, to that next one. When you discover yourself, you need to understand that one of the reasons a lot of people are confused about who they are, it's because they're deceived to believe that this body and the name is given is actually you. It's a deception. It's Maya. You get deceived by it. You're not your body. You're not your mind. Then who are you? That actually explains in the second video. I invite you to watch the second video, and I give a guide, a methodology, how to go deep dive. This is something that I didn't see. A lot of content out there, a lot of books out there saying that discover yourself. They give hints, they give little bit of something. There's no proper methodology for the mass, for anybody to discover themselves properly. There are ways, so this is the way. So go watch the second video and understand that you're not the body. Just a little clue that our body is actually not made us to outshine the world. It's actually made to survive. It's a survival instrument. It's a great body place because we need this vessel. It's our instrument. It's our tool to use during our time on earth. But beyond that, if you think that body is going to lead you, you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble. So you need to be the master of your body, master of your mind, and find out the third body, and which is real you. So this physical body, it's something temporary, and it has all these memories of our evolutionary process. Buddha said that in one line: the world petrified with fear. There's this one line to define the entire living being on this earth, because we've been running away from danger for 2.5 millions of years. This entire body, in a split second, it kicks off, it fires all these hormones and neurological reactions for you to survive, not to thrive, not to make strategic decisions, not to make profound spiritual, deep understanding. This body is your weakest element on this journey. So that's one of the reasons why I said stay away from alcohol, stay away from drugs. Otherwise, it's going to be your greatest hindrance on this journey of discovering yourself. So I invite you to watch the second part, and I'll see you there. Let's have a little bit of a deep dive. It's been a great privilege. Thank you so much for watching. And I admire you for your interest, your curiosity. When tens of thousands of videos are circulating on YouTube with meaningless crap, you wanted to watch something deep. So I salute you and I congratulate you. I'll see you again on the next video. Live with spirit.